All right. Welcome to the Dragon's Tome, episode 198. I am your host this week, Chopper, joined by the Joker-esque Rob Harper.
It's more of a grimace than a smile.
And ever loves your comments, Jack Fight.
And I'm more of a fry guy than a grimace.
Fry guy or your meatwad?
You're definitely not a grimace.
No.
You're not purple.
Possible hamburglar.
Hamburger? Mm-hmm. You haven't burgled a ham?
Comment below if you know how to
ham before.
Comment below if you know how to fix an intercostal muscle. That's all I'm saying.
Arms over your head and then a deep breath.
Yeah, that's exact opposite what you do.
Well, because what you got probably is a small little air bubble in your pleura, and that's what's causing the pain.
No, I pulled a muscle deadlifting. Anyways,
Well,
what are we talking about here? Who's the host here?
Let's look at the cover of 198.
It almost glows in the dark, this thing.
Does anyone get Rocky Horror Picture vibes?
100%.
Okay, good. It wasn't me.
100%.
And I know he's walking. They say these are what, ghoul dogs or whatever, but they don't even look like dogs.
They look like skeletons.
I had this magazine, and this cover I always thought was fantastic. The colors of
I do love the colors of the skeletons, though. I'm not gonna lie.
The fact that they're canine, humanoid, something.
Yeah, they look like ghoul or gnolls. Gnolls, maybe? Is it supposed to be gnolls?
Child gnolls, because gnolls would be like towering over her. Yeah. Gnoll children.
Or kobolds, yeah.
When kobolds were still
kobolds
dogs.
Be even smaller. I think they'd be
Kobolds aren't dogs anymore, so.
No,
don't even speak of dragon kobolds.
I will say
is that pee?
That our little friend Dogwalker is got a fabulous strut going on.
Yes. The only problem I have is it looks like her leg is going through his butt.
It does look like, yeah.
She looks like she just kicked him in the ass.
No, maybe she did.
His lack of his pelvis, that opening back there where a butt would be, she's just walking.
Maybe she did. That's why she's looking up. Maybe she thought, all right, kick. Oh.
And that's why he's looking back like, what the? You just kicked me in the ass.
Bitch.
Come on, lady.
I like the pursed lips. Yeah, she got some attitude.
She fierce, that girl.
It's by Michael Scott, by the way, drew this.
Good use of colors, Michael.
Yeah, those glowy skeletons. It's like that pops off the page. I'm sure that's why Jack bought this magazine. He's probably like, look at that fucking cover.
Mm-mm. And when would you see those colors outside of a cyberpunk situation? But now they're in a graveyard with, yeah.
Or like a blacklight poster.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a blacklight poster.
Well, that's definitely 1970s blacklight poster. So, all right, Rob, do you want to hit the editorial?
Sure, I can do that. It's on page 8,
this is going to be a nice one. This is a Gen Con one, isn't it?
Yes, this is Gen Con wrap-up. It is Roger E. Moore's Gen Con wrap-up. He goes into a lot of detail about his Gen Con. And if he wasn't
we'll compare it to mine, since I just came back from Gen Con.
Yes, and if he wasn't married to, married already, I would say that he is obsessed with Margaret Weiss. Because he talks about her a lot.
I did see Margaret Weiss. I went and chatted with her with Duck.
But this is 1993 Gen Con wrap-up. He starts off talking about before the Gen Con that people are all hanging. They all go to Margaret Weiss's house, I guess, and they all hang out. And her deck caught fire, and literally nobody did anything and just let it burn. And she walked up there and was like, "What are you guys doing? My deck's on fire. Put it out." The other thing that I thought was universal is that he complained that there's no AC during setup. I'm like, things never change.
Ooh. It was bad. I heard it was especially bad this setup at Gen Con this year.
It was so hot.
It was because it had rained and it was super muggy.
That would be worse.
And hot. I mean, when we've done it, it was just hot.
Yeah, dry.
But it wasn't muggy.
Muggy in Indianapolis is like the worst. But anyways, he goes through his whole Gen Con and talks about getting the famously, like, this is a famous event, is him getting captured by Klingons and having to get to get money for charity to get out and stuff.
Yeah,
That was
I
a
forgot
big
about
thing.
the cash collector. Yeah, I remember those things. I remember seeing those guys walking around arresting people.
Yeah, this is like the first year they did it, and yeah, he talks about Gen Con and how fun it was, and it made me very, 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 very sad that I missed it this year.
Yeah, it was, and you were missed. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone asked that.
Well, obviously, because I'm a fucking glowing. Everybody likes my glowing personality when I'm not yelling at them.
Yeah. The Artel CERN guys. Hey, when's that guy gonna come back and buy some stuff?
Yeah, or
and then the Iron Wind guys asked.
I was gonna say the Iron Wind guy.
Robbing around for trades.
Yeah, that was a classic, but yeah, it was. I like the little quotes he has about all the different things. Like there was one guy with a wheelchair, and it says, "So many pedestrians, so little time." Side of his wheelchair.
Yeah. It does. I do like the fact that he put the button scene at the con.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, just a fun little recap. But Pat, please, I really wanted to talk about this because we want to recap of your 2025 Gen Con and how it compares to 1993. Pretty similar, I'm sure.
It's similar. I mean, it's much bigger now, for sure. The set's the same.
I think he talked about George Takei a lot, and he said I think there was 16,000 people there, and now it's like 160,000 people.
Yeah, it was 78. I think was turnstiles.
Yeah.
All 4 days sold out, of course. But what was crazy is that the will call line on Sunday was still out the door. Mm-hmm. People picking up their Sunday badges was out the door still. And, no one has any context, but from where the will call is to the other side of the hall is a long way.
Yeah.
It's about 3 city blocks, I would say, or
yeah, it's like
one long city block, or about 3 New York City blocks.
It's huge because it's I don't know how many times bigger than the football field. Like it's huge, that convention center. Oh,
that's not even counting. That was just the length. Mm-hmm. If we're counting, including the football field, then you're talking adding another 3 or 4 more blocks.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's good. The Indianapolis one's huge. Mecca, which where Adepticon was this year, different building because they tore this one down, but it's still a good size. Like it's quite big, but it's definitely
and I was
not
walking
Gen Con
around
size.
with Duck, who used to work for TSR and do all these, and the last one he went to was the one in Milwaukee. This is his first time coming.
Oh, really?
To Indianapolis.
Wow. Yeah.
And he was like, "This is way bigger and way more chaotic than I've ever seen Gen Con before." He thought it was cool, but he got a little overwhelmed at times. He got lost in the path. He got lost in the Pathfinder area. On the upstairs where the Pathfinder games were running. He kind of got lost over there. He goes, because I asked him where we were going to meet for lunch, and he's like, "I don't know. I'm somewhere on the second floor. There's a bunch of Pathfinder games around me." I go, "Okay, you're up in the second one. Just work your way to the first floor and walk."
Watch out for the escalators because they try to kill you.
Oh Christ! The escalator went down within the first hour.
That kid's on the escalator again.
Yeah, and that was the one I hadn't needed because I still couldn't
walk
stairs
that much. Yeah.
So I had to ride the stupid elevator. It was ridiculous.
What was I gonna say? Oh, Tim Kask. He said he'll never go to a Gen Con again because he's on a mobile scooter and he's just like, yeah, you can't get through the crowds. It's just
speaking of mobile scooter. Yeah, there's no way. And I don't know how many Gen Con event staff came up to me. They're like, "Are you okay? Do you need a scooter? We have scooters available for you."
Like,
I'm not riding
I wouldn't get through the crowd.
Through that. It'd take me 7 days just to get down one aisle in a scooter in the fucking dealer hall.
Yeah, like you got to weave in between people.
Would be over, and then I would be trapped with everyone's product.
You got to be like a football player going through those crowds. You just got to weave and duck and like.
Yeah, well,
it's
I
crazy.
don't weave and duck. I just kind of knock people out of the way.
Well, you're like a football player in that way too.
You would be stuck in a sea of humanity, unable to move,
and at butt level,
at ass level.
Yeah, that's right.
And no one would hear your screams, your plaintive cries until days later.
Yeah, I mean,
you'd just be passed out from the stank.
And I was like, I'm not running this. The only time I could have used the scooter and it would have been halfway effective is the 2 hours before the dealer hall opens.
When it's still open.
Crowded.
Yeah. Wow.
But that's that. So let's continue. Let's get back on track here. So Jack, give us your article.
Can we go to page 85 of the PDF, please?
Right to the back.
Soul Swords Spirit Slayers. When I read this by Spike Y. Jones, when I
Spike
read
again.
this, it reminded me of something I'd forgotten about Oriental Adventures, which was you would get like points for honor that you could use on your next character if your character died. I'd forgotten all about that the mechanic, and so I don't. Please excuse my ignorance. I don't remember exactly how they did it in the book originally. This is an expanding of that rule. Um, so there's, I think it's 5 different ways or 4 different ways that you can use points. One of them is you're going to get you're going to get an item for your next character. Another one is you're going to get spirits because you're dead, and spirits in the game, because of they're from mythology, dealt with death, and you would have a spirit that would protect your next character, like because you were.
A yokai.
And you could get a weapon that was maybe manufactured, and handed down, so your weapon was handed down to your next character, and it had some benefits. And then they had evil spirits that would do your bidding for your next character if you were like a ninja, or if you had your alignment was not the honorable alignment that most of these other ones that you would try and earn these honor points with. So I guess there was a dishonor point system going on, or
It could still be evil and honorable, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I suppose so. And then it goes into a couple of the spirits that would be involved with. It looks like a mossy, swampy thing, a Kamigoroshi, and it's in the format of the Monstrous Compendium, and that would be, a lesser spirit that would help your next character thrive.
Are those buboes?
It's hard to tell. When I first saw it, I thought it was algae.
I thought it was. I thought it was like fungus of some sort.
I just like the word buboes.
They could be buboes.
It's my favorite word.
It is a good one.
Can you guess why it's my favorite word?
Yes, because you have buboes of the groin.
Comment below if you can guess why I like the word buboes.
Buboes. All right. I guess that leaves it my turn. Let's go to page 13.
Lucky number. Hey, was that one of mine? No.
Pin back their ears. Lycanthropy Heroes. Or Lycanthropes as players.
That's very cruel to pin dogs' ears, by the way. Fuck you.
Yeah. I don't agree with the title, but I said it. This is a little article basically on how to use players as lycanthropes. Apparently, there's rules for it in the first edition Dungeon Master's Guide, but we never played it, so and never actually read it or didn't know. And I guess there's even a set in the second edition Dungeon Master Guide. Again, we didn't play it, so I didn't read that part of the Dungeon Master Guide.
I sort of remember it, but I don't think I know everybody who ever did it.
But this guy, James Couch, uses the Night Hoarder supplement and his love of 90s werewolf movies, The Howling. To make some moves. So I guess one of the cool things I thought was the alternative way of being able to make them a little easier to play or not as invulnerable is that at face value you have to have magic weapon or silver weapon to attack a werewolf to cause damage. In his alternate rules, you can attack them with normal weapons, do damage, and knock them out, but they just regenerate back.
Or they die, but they come back. Yeah.
Yeah, or they go in a death coma is what he called it.
Yeah.
But he uses the Howling as an example. Is like when one of the guys is in mid-change, he gets lit up by a machine gun, then he falls down like he's dead, but then he wakes up a couple hours later. Hey, what's going on?
Yep.
What's for lunch?
Babies.
So it says you can use that rule, and then using the Night Howlers, there's he didn't really quote it, but in the Night Howlers, there's something where the rules changes replaced gradually as the levels go higher. That those damage from non-magic weapons become less and less and less as you become a higher. Then there is, he talks about how you can, they're susceptible to magic and psionics, and you can actually at some point maybe even take them over, like a vampire could take over, like charm a wolf form, because they have a certain control over wolves and bats that you can take over. But dog, you can take over the wolf form of that, but then subconsciously the werewolf remembers that, and then when next time he's in were form, you'll attack the vampire because subconsciously he remembers that the vampire took him over, and that's kind of where you get that vampire versus werewolf kind of animosity and stuff.
This is before Underworld. This is where
Yes.
who did Underworld? I forget his name. This is where you got it from.
So, but other than that, I think it's a very nice
Anderson.
sense of balance of using, like, I mean, I even after reading this, I still probably wouldn't allow players to do that in my campaign as far as if I was running a
Well,
D&D campaign.
if you're specifically running a campaign that you knew everybody's gonna be werewolves or vampires or something, that'd be interesting. Yeah. But to add it to a regular campaign is a little too OTT.
Or I mean, the only way I would probably even allow it is if for some reason someone gets infected via lycanthropy at that point in the campaign, and they didn't want to lose the character.
Yeah, I was gonna say let them continue playing.
But out of the gate, no way you're gonna be able to. No way you roll up a werewolf character.
Yeah, it's like psionics.
In the D&D and AD&D of this time, yes, it would just be way out of whack. The game of today, the 5th edition, everyone is so magical and so wildly powerful that I think you could just it would work. The power balance would still be there
because everybody's got 1,000 feats to do, and they're all magic.
Yeah,
definitely. All right, Rob, what do you got for a second article?
Let's go to page 59.
59.
Eye the Beholder again. This time it's Sandy is talking about how computer systems eventually get left behind when developing new games. That's what I said, didn't I?
No.
What did I say?
Eye of the Beholder.
Yeah. Eye of the Monitor. He talks about how computer systems eventually get left behind because somebody was complaining, why don't they make games for my Atari ST anymore? It's like, because nobody owns an Atari ST anymore.
Exactly. I mean, at this point, you should be on a Commodore 128.
No, at this time, not even. It makes
no, you're right. At this time, it's 46s. You should be 386 or 46.
I don't probably 386. I don't think 46 yet. But it makes a point that enough people still had a system, greedy companies would still make games for them, but obviously they don't. So he says the Commodore 64 was murdered by the NES, where it was like you used to get a Commodore 64, play games. Why would you do that when you have NESs out?
Ooh, that's a hard argument though, because we had both. My friend had a Commodore 128 and an NES, and we played both because you couldn't play summer games on a NES.
Summer games, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was on the Sega though.
Side.
Sega Genesis, I think, had summer games.
The ability of the game makers and their vision outpaces the technology at a pretty standard, maybe even exponentially. Mm-hmm. So, yes, your console you're going to buy is going to fall away. Your computer, it's going to fall away. It's just the way it is because they get bigger and grander and need more power, more. It is just the circle, not even a circle of life.
Just a continuum. It's a continuum.
Yeah, the fact of life.
It's the way of life.
It's the same in normal life too. It's
way
people,
of the chip.
People get replaced and move on. But he does say that game cartridges are taking time away from designing for PCs because they're so popular now that they're making a lot more money off the game cartridges. He does say that computer games are still better than Sega or NES, but he says not for long, which I don't think is true. Even today, a computer is still way better than any console.
Yeah.
If you have the right, expensive. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but when Xbox came out, everyone thought that Xbox was the PC killer, but it didn't.
No, PC games are still. If you're a hardcore gamer, you're going to play on a PC. You're not playing on.
Yeah.
We can't wade into this argument. This argument has been going on for decades, and I don't know if there's a right answer.
Well, the right answer is that graphics on a computer are way better than graphics on any
Yes.
system. It's if you have the highest end, obviously, but it's going to cost you also about $10,000 compared to a 2,000.
Right. And in a year, you're going to be buying another $10,000.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. The graphics cards are always getting better, and you always need the newest one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a horrible arms race. Then he reviews all the Zelda games, which is fun because Zelda just came out, Legend of Zelda.
I don't remember Link being a video game.
I think it was for just for the Nintendo. I think was that the Nintendo.
Oh,
one?
Zelda 2. It says also known as Zelda 2.
Yeah.
Never played Zelda 2. I stopped at Zelda.
And then, but the big kicker is at the end here, is because he talks about Doom, and how it's not out yet. It's a little preview for this little game called Doom. It's the next version of Wolfenstein, and he kind of like really goes off on it and how good it is and how it's
Doom
going
was the only game that gave me vertigo.
Really?
Yeah, it made me nauseous and I had vertigo. For some reason, I don't know what it was about Doom. I would play if I played it too long. I would
fuck you up.
want to vomit.
That's interesting. I felt that about Half-Life. I remember when I first played Half-Life, it would really fuck me up.
But no other video game since or after has ever caused me that much problem as Doom.
Descent. For me, the video game Descent.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, the funny thing is, he talks about Doom and he's raving about it and stuff. That he ends up designing most of the levels for Doom 2. He gets hired by id Software eventually, and he is the main designer for Doom 2. So
and that's why Doom 2 was scarier.
That's definitely, and more interesting levels too. And he said, I remember him talking about designing for Doom 2. He said like he had so many ideas that they're like, we can't do that. Literally, he stopped thinking of things. He would try like all these innovative things to use what they could do. So there's like a lot of moving walls and moving things in Doom 2, if you remember. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting that he's raving about Doom, and probably in like 5 years he's designing for Doom 2, so it's kind of fun. Sandy Peterson. That's my article.
All right, Jack, you have another article?
I do. Page 43, please.
Damn you.
Oh, yeah. This was mine too, so all of us have this one.
Okay, well, we're doing the Project Dragon situation. In the past, we've discussed them. Dragon Magazine asked a whole bunch of different game designers, and they can send us a dragon from your game. A little cross promotion. This is Sandy Peterson for Call of Cthulhu, and it is a. Is it a dragon?
It's a giant serpent man, technically.
Yeah.
A giant proto-dinosaur serpent man.
Some people would call it a dragon. Some people call it Serpent Man.
He's taken on the name of Mr. Wellmeat. Well, if I'm playing Call of Cthulhu and someone comes up and says, "Hey, I'm Mr. Wellmeat," right away, every red flag, the bells going off. Like this guy's a creep. But he's actually an entity from so far in the past that primordially it is a.
Well, there's some timey-wimey stuff. He escaped to the past, grew big, and then came to the future. So.
And he used. There's also a time capsule involved.
Yeah.
Yes, there's time.
I mean,
it's not the most clearest backstory, that's for sure.
No, it's very convoluted, but it also leads to be because he does actually format this in a little bit with the information that you can actually use it as a one-shot adventure in a sense.
Yeah, for sure. Or even a hook for other adventures too. Yeah.
A recurring interaction where you don't know the timey-wimey bit where he met the Yith. He was there for the dinosaurs, so part of his appearance is dinosaur adjacent.
I think we've buried the lead that he's so big he's has a house just built around him, and it's just a fake house that is built around him.
And that buries the lead that he is his corpulent form is manicured by homunculi that are. He bought a bunch of skeletons of
I love that too.
Dead,
he just bought these skeletons.
Yeah.
made made flesh golems out of them, and then they preen him as he sits in his empty carapace of a house.
And
But
you also could eat people and make the homunculi look like them, so they could go do stuff.
yeah, so a little bit of imagination.
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 But he also
Yeah.
he can hire out the investigators to go find his lost property, which is kind of funny too. And they
Yeah.
don't know what they're doing. They're just like, okay, I guess we're gonna go. This guy's hired us to go find this capsule, and meanwhile, he sees some ancient being who wants his time capsules back.
So, like we said before, he could either be a one shot or he could be a recurring character, and then the reveal.
Yeah. Eventually, you open the door and it's just his eyeball. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
like, hello. Oh,
Yeah.
Mm.
Does it say how much sanity you lose if you see him? I'm sure it does.
I didn't
Let's
see any sanity loss anywhere.
I'm
sanity
sure it's gotta
loss.
be. Yeah, sanity loss.
1d6 plus 2.
Oh, there it is. I didn't. I didn't
That's
read
not that
this.
much. That's not very much sanity loss. This is
Well, yeah,
early.
it's 0 if you pass. It's only.
This is early Call of Cthulhu. Also, I think early Call of Cthulhu, your sanity was a lot lower. Like nowadays, your sanity is like in the 60s, where I think
Actually,
back then
that's
it was.
if you see the full form. If you see just a small part of them, you lose 1d4.
Yeah, that's like nothing. Like we lose that for seeing a corpse in the current game. So I think it's just
well,
different system.
Also
That's
depends on. Yeah, well, this is.
this is
probably
like second edition. Yeah, or third maybe. The second, I think maybe. I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, fun take on a dragon. I like how it's a dragon question mark.
Yes, yes. The right inflection. That is the way to say it.
Because
Alright.
you want to call Cthulhu in there, but you had to kind of smudge it a bit because there's no dragons called Cthulhu.
All right, let's do page 18 then for myself.
18.
The false undead. Not undead creatures, but creatures that look like undead, which I thought was kind of funny. I did very much enjoy the Skull Rider, a little spider that grows into a skull, looks like a skull, and
It's
then
like
it
a
can
hermit
mount-
crab with a skull.
Yeah, but then it can climb onto a skeleton or a dead body and then animate the dead body. So now you have this spider on top of a dead body walking around, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And I thought the goop ghoul was kind of silly. It's like a black pudding kind of inhabits a skeleton and animates the skeleton.
Goop cool.
Like the black pudding becomes its ligaments and tendons.
It would be horrifying.
It's kind of funny, yeah. It's a funny little article, yeah.
And that being said, I want to point out too that this is the October issue, which is supposed to be the Halloween issue, which wasn't very Halloweeny. I mean, this undead one is probably
There's
one of
quite
the
a few
that's
undead things, yeah.
But I didn't see a lot of.
Well, we just talked about a Call of Cthulhu dragon. That's pretty.
And
Yeah.
werewolves.
And werewolves. I think you're harsh. You're harsh on this issue.
Yeah, and then there's the other article that Tom Mulvey wrote, unless one of you guys is going to talk about it. I didn't.
I did
Or
not.
maybe Pat's view of Halloween is very, very
There's not enough witches.
focused.
There's not enough witches and black cats.
There's not enough people walking around and kiss Mickey.
There's not
The
enough.
Great Pumpkin.
Yeah, Charlie Browns.
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
you're looking for some different undead creatures to add to your thing, the Skull Rider is one I would tell you to put my finger at. Add that one.
Skull Rider.
Skull Rider. Rob, do you have another one?
I do not. You took my other one. Jack.
Jack, you have another one?
No.
Well, Jack took my other one too. So now guess where we're going.
Wow, that's unusual. This is gonna be a quick one.
ADS. Since Jack adheres to this really ridiculous rule, Jack, hit us with your ad.
Okay.
Oh.
Page.
Whoa, wait.
Wait.
Can I just jump in right now?
Sure, go ahead.
I just scrolled down because I was like bored, and look at page 21, Jack. You're right. That college scholarship ad is part of this Metascape. It's at the top. It's the same ad.
Oh, it is
Look
the
at
same number.
that.
Yeah, you did it, Jack.
That's
You
gonna be
you
a
were you're
callback.
little. Look at you,
You
little.
cracked it.
You're like a little detective over there. I just scrolled down and I saw it and I was like, oh my god. Anyways, that was my ad.
Yeah.
I just saw that and I was like, holy shit.
Okay.
I
Well,
think it's funny now that the number is all the same, but they didn't put the same number on the other ad.
Yeah, it's that seems a little shifty too. They're changing their numbers.
That's also very, very, very suspect.
Anyways, Jack, what was your first one, sir?
Is this your head, Jack?
No. But I wish it would have been A, because it's a callback to a previous episode where we've now determined, and now I'm looking at it, that I like the little guys. I like those little guys. My ad is actually page 42.
Oh, it is the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
It is. It's also the Fly the Skies of Legend, the Champions of Mystara.
Oh, this is the whole thing that we've been reading in this. Oh, not reading.
But it's been in there.
For Dungeons and Dragons. This is what must be a compilation of all the articles from Dragon Magazine that dealt with the Princess arc.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
There was probably, it has to be at least 100 articles that they.
Oh,
it went on forever.
It's full. I mean, I'm not surprised that they put this in a book form, because there was so much of it.
It's also that's pretty cool, because Bruce Hurd put a lot of work into that, and I assume he got paid for this, so that's kind of cool. Unless, since TSR bought the articles, he didn't get paid, that would be pretty shitty.
Well, I don't know. Did you read the email that one guy sent us?
No.
He did have to sign a form that once you send us your article, it belongs to us. Lock, stock, and barrel. You don't get anything.
So there you go. He probably got no money from this then.
So they took all his stuff and put it in a book, and he's thinking, "Oh, cha-ching!" And who knows? Maybe not.
I mean, it can go either way. You know, they
could have been nice and done the right thing.
They could have done the right thing. We just don't know. It depends on who was running.
Bruce Hurd, if you were out there, sorry we never talked about your articles because it was just too much. But please let us know if they actually paid you for this book. Because if not, that's bullshit.
I wouldn't even say it was too much. We weren't at this point in the magazine timeline. I wasn't playing D&D.
D&D, no. But I don't. In the blurb, it doesn't say from the brilliant mind of. It doesn't say inspired.
It doesn't say
by.
it's from the. It does say it's from the Dragon magazine, though. I think, doesn't it?
But it doesn't give any kind of like.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't even say Dragon magazine because. Oh yeah, it does. It's the very top. Yeah, there it does. Yeah, that's cool. It developed from the original Dragon magazine series.
Oh, developed. Yeah.
But it doesn't say by the mind of or whatever. And I'm looking.
It's on the cover.
It says developed. It doesn't say created.
What's it called? Champions of Mysteria. Let me look it up.
Yeah.
Vamp. I'm looking it up.
I hope for his sake he got a little something, but a giant cloud lizard eating a dirigible type magic ship.
Are you seeing a lizard? I'm not seeing a lizard. I'm seeing like a cloud giant looking, two ham-fisted fists coming down.
A pareidolia. This is a interesting psychological experiment. But yes, I see a T-Rex head going to eat the Princess Ark.
I'm not going to lie, though. I am excited or happy that this actually got put into a book form for some reason, even though we didn't read those articles. It's always good to see the D&D world get a supplement or a campaign book.
Well, it does say it was designed by Anne Dupuy and Bruce A. Hurd, so he's in there.
Right. Okay.
She must have helped format it for this book, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, rest in peace, Bruce. But if anyone, any kin of Bruce is still around, knows, let us know if he got shafted.
Now I want to see if he's dead.
But it's
you're breaking the rules.
Economically,
I won't tell you if he's dead, but I'm just curious.
It makes a lot of sense to
he's French
because there's all that information to compile it. You can sell it,
Yeah,
but I'm sure all those people that were reading all through Dragon magazine to be able to run a campaign
and to have it in one place, not have it in all your magazines. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because it's a span of at least 20, 25 magazines.
I think more. Like Jack said, I think it's like 100. Does it say? I wonder if it says in here.
I don't know, but yeah.
I'll tell you what, while you're looking it up, why don't you change the magazine to page 2?
Sure.
Page 2.
I can do that.
Book of Artifacts. I saw this in the last issue, but I didn't talk about it. But now that I saw it here, it made me wonder, because I've never read this book. Was this book worth getting at that point? in time, or was it one of those money grab books? You think?
No, I'm pretty sure I had this, and I think it did have a lot of cool items in it.
Okay, because I never read it and we didn't have it, so I'm genuinely
It's just
curious
like all the what is it?
if this book was worth getting at that back then.
It's like all the articles about new weapons and stuff. That's all this book
Mhm.
is. It's just all new stuff.
All right. So then it's not a money grab book in a
Well,
sense.
they're all
It
money grab
probably
books,
is,
but
but you know what I'm saying at this point. We're just going to.
if you wanted more stuff, if you wanted more like cooler stuff, it's not an essential book, but it is fun. You know.
Yeah. So.
And again, this could be a compilation of all, from Dragon Magazine, from
that'd be
all
funny.
the
Could it be?
that there's been all this host of information that they, put in a book.
I would tell you right now, I figured out the Dragon Magazine 153 to 188. So that's what 35
30
issues.
Something. That was close. 30.
Yeah, you were pretty close. Yeah, I exaggerated, I suppose.
Anyways,
it seems like a lot though, but we got to remember
artifacts.
We're doing weekly reviews. They were doing monthly releases at that point. So.
My thinking was we're almost at 200, and it felt like the half of them had. So I
it was early, but it's been 20 issues since the Princess Arc has been in. Like I didn't realize it had been, or 10 issues, I guess.
Yeah. Oh.
Rob, what's your next ad? Or what's your first ad?
Yeah, I didn't do any ads yet. I was confused.
No, that was.
Let's go to 121, just because. Well, let's talk about riffs. We haven't talked about riffs in a while, and I'd like to say these little robot guys, obviously big on riffs, but at this time, yeah, the Terminator-looking guys. At this time, you look at this miniature and you're like, okay, it's fine, but you look at like the Ralph Partha miniatures coming out at the time, and they're so much better, and I'm like, these look like not very good comparatively to what's
these are the guys who are still in art class that are making a little bit of money on the side.
It's Legions. I brought up Legions of Steel recently, and they had pretty similar looking and better.
Yeah, these guys look very basic.
Plus, it's Palladium. We know that guy's not the most comeuppance with the money.
And say what you will about the game we played Rifts, whatever. The artwork in the book was always top notch. Mm-hmm. The inspirations they used were always the proper.
And in the book, these guys look awesome, and this looks not like those guys.
No. So like, there's a high bar.
Mm-hmm.
In my personal opinion, and
these do not meet that bar.
It doesn't meet that, and if that's the one that they put in the ad as their like
at the bottom there, you have the smaller picture with more of they're kind of more of the cyborgy ones, but yeah. If this is like, oh, this is our cool miniature, it's not impressive to me personally. And like I say, we've seen other better miniatures from better companies. So
All right. Jack, you got another ad by any chance?
No.
All right, let's go to page 57 real quick. This is gonna be a flyby.
I knew you'd do this one.
Well, yeah, because this is really an ad for Wargame West, but I'm really just focusing on this version of Warhammer 40K.
Mm-hmm.
This is the version of 40K where I really start to immerse myself in wargaming. The second edition, colorful version of Warhammer.
It is a impressive looking box. 80 miniatures in there. Plastic too. Plastic at the time too. That's super rare.
Yeah, I mean, there were 2-piece plastics though. Basically, it was just static
front
guy.
and back.
It was a static full body guy, but it was the hands and the gun that you just pushed in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, Rob, you got another ad?
Yeah, I do have one more ad on page 52. Just because I when I first went through this magazine, I skipped this and I didn't even think much of it. But it's a new Amazing Engine thing, and then I was like, what is Magitech? And what is this picture? And then all of a sudden I read it and I'm like, oh, it's Harry Potter meets Shadowrun. That's what this is. It's like a kiddie version of Shadowrun. This Magitech. It's like you're a teenager, but in a world that has orcs and goblins and they're normal. It's like, okay.
I didn't bring this up because the visceral reaction you had to the Amazing Engine on a past episode, you were outrageously. it was a full blown meltdown you had. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to touch that.
I don't
All right.
remember. I think I
Let's,
was in I think it was in a different headspace at the time, Jack. I'm okay with. I think Amaze's
call-
Engine is fucking stupid, but
Well, you called Pat a fuckhead at one point for defending it, so
I don't even remember defending it because I don't know anything about the Amazing Engine.
that's. I must have been in a bad mood.
Yeah, and
Like
I
a
must have been
sleeper.
I must have been just egging him on because I don't even remember what I said.
I don't.
You
I don't
went-
remember any of this.
You said, "Well, the D20 system," and he went, "This is the D20 system, you fuckhead." It was interesting. But anyways, Rob doesn't
All right.
remember.
Let's clothesline this last ad of mine and get out of here.
Close.
123,
1, 2,
and it
3.
brings into 124.
Shroud.
It's all Ravenloft stuff here now, and I don't remember of a huge push for Ravenloft like this.
I remember a lot of
It's not-
books.
and this is not the only issue I've noticed this in. But I know Ravenloft. I know it's around. I know it was big. I just don't remember them doing an ad push so much
No.
through the last couple magazines for Ravenloft.
Like this is an adventure too. You never really hear about Ravenloft adventures. You always just hear about the books
Yeah.
and then the actual novels. Like that the novels were everywhere.
Yeah, so I just thought it was weird. Not weird so much, but I don't know. My older self doesn't remember back then. That
Yeah, I
this-
don't remember many adventures for it.
push.
Yeah.
So I just
Because
wanted to
if
point
someone
that out.
said, "Hey, I played," we were in Ravenloft and we played the adventure. They go, "Oh, you played Curse of Strahd."
Yeah.
That's the adventure. I've never heard of Castles Forlorn, and sure, I'm sure it's great, but I don't even recognize the cover.
No, I recognize the book covers all the time. Like I don't know if it was in this one or another one that they had the book cover for I Strahd. I read that book. Like I think I have that book still. It's like those are like famous, but yeah, I don't remember the adventures much. It's kind of weird.
I don't either. So I just thought it was weird. This is I noticed this big push, and I don't remember it.
I loved Ravenloft as a book series, but I never played the game. Like I never played Ravenloft.
We did. So the guy that's going to play with us, that's going to start D&D again, he was the one that ran the Ravenloft with us for us. So it was fun. All right. Well, that's Dragon Magazine 198. We're all wrapped up.
Wrapped up in a little glowing bow.
Any quips of wisdom before we get out of here?
Jack?
No, I just have to.
Like, share, and subscribe. Let us know whatever we asked. And I don't know what the fuck's going on over there.
I'm putting fish food down into his tank.
Nom.
See, you're side
I
by
thought,
side.
I thought you were tickling my hair.
Oh,
All right. Let's just get out of here. All right. For the Dragon's Tome, I'm your new host, Chopper.
I'm Jack.
And I'm fish food.
And we will see you next week.
Maybe.
Bye-bye.